Hi, and welcome to FineScale Modeler's New Product Rundown. I'm Aaron Skinner.
And I'm Elizabeth Nash. Have we got a treat for you?
We were going through the MPRD archives recently and came across a test episode.
The format turned out to be a little clunky.
But in light of the impending release of The Force Awakens, we thought y'all might like to see it.
So sit back and enjoy.
Do that.
I will.
Sure.
Okay. Hi, and welcome to another edition of Men with Beards Musing About Models. I'm Tim Kidwell.
And I'm Aaron Skinner. This is FineScale Modeler's twice monthly review of the latest kits and accessories.
Let's start today with Zvezda's 1/48 scale Petlyakov Pe-2.
Designed as a dive bomber, the fast maneuverable airplane turned out to be very versatile.
It did. It excelled at ground attack, it was a heavy fighter, and also performed reconnaissance.
More than 11,420 were built, making it the second most produced twin-engine combat aircraft of World War II, behind the Ju-88 and Vickers-Wellington.
Zvezda's past 1/48 scale aircraft have been outstanding, and the Pe-2 looks just as good.
Surface detail on the airframe parts comprises fine panel lines and tiny rivets. It should look terrific under paint and washes.
The kit provides parts to expose the port motor, including the engine block, plumbing, and braces.
For the starboard motor, parts of the rear end of the engine are present to be seen through the wheel well.
There's plenty to see in the wheel wells, including structure detail and fine struts.
Separate control surfaces include rudders, ailerons, elevators, and dive flaps.
Crew compartment detail crams the fuselage. The cockpit features the pilot seat, controls, and instrument panel.
Behind is the navigator's seat and dorsal gun position. In front is the nose compartment with fixed forward-firing machine guns.
After the detailed bomb bay is the gunner's position with ventral turret and more. All of the hatches can be posed open.
Figures are included. The main canopy is a single piece with rivets molded on the frames.
Decals provide markings for 3 late-war Soviet bombers, including 2 with colorful slogans.
The quality moldings and good instructions make me want to dive right into this kit.
Next up, we have Tamiya's 1/35 scale M4A3E8 Sherman Easy Eight.
Adding a new suspension and wider tracks to the versatile M4 improved its performance over soft ground.
The new tanks arrived at American combat units in Europe in late 1944.
The winning design extended the Sherman's usefulness long after World War II.
Tamiya had a couple of 1/35 scale Easy Eights in its catalog, including a 1970s motorized version and the 2014 reboxing of Asuka plastic.
But this kit is basically all new. It shares a few parts such as the road wheels and suspension parts with Tamiya's M51 kit, but the sprockets are new.
And Tamiya's done a terrific job. The lower hull builds from several panels with integral suspension arms and molded hatches.
The slide molded upper hull features well-rendered weld seams and casting texture where appropriate.
There's casting texture on the transmission cover, and the separate fenders have finely molded edges.
I like Tamiya's solution for the movable exhaust deflector. The 6-part assembly provides scale-thin vanes.
The turret has casting texture and numbers.
The main gun is a single piece with a separate 2-part muzzle brake.
The commander's cupola has openings for the visors that are filled with clear blocks.
Single-pin T66 tracks are provided by vinyl lengths with decent detail.
Decals provide stars for 2 American tanks in Europe in early 1945.
This should be an easy build of an important tank. Finally today we have a new...
No, actually it's 2.
I'm sorry. Finally today we have 2...
Actually, no. There are 2 different boxings, but each has 2 models in them.
By your command. Finally today we have 2 new kits that build a total of 4 ships from the new Battlestar Galactica.
These are the 1/72nd scale versions of the Viper Mark VII and the Cylon Raider.
The streamlined Viper includes a detailed cockpit with tub, seat, controls, and a pilot who bears a resemblance to Starbuck.
The decals provide instrument faces and shoulder patches. There are markings for 5 Vipers from both Galactica and Pegasus.
The main fuselage components have thin leading and trailing edges and engraved panel lines.
The engines have detail inside the exhausts, and the landing gear can be posed up or down.
The canopies are clear, and the kit includes 2 of Moebius's Aurora-esque stands.
The Raider is simpler. Each ship comprises just 11 parts.
But there's fine engraved surface detail, and small parts like the guns show good scale fidelity.
They should go together quickly, so the focus will be on the finish.
2 stands round out the package.
None of these are big models, only 4 or 5 inches long, but that means you can build several of them.
And they'll look great next to Bandai, Feinmold's, and Revell's 1/72nd scale Star Wars ships.
So, look for reviews of the PE2 and the Easy 8 in upcoming issues of FineScale Modeler magazine.
And you can see more new products in the January issue on sale now.
We hope you've enjoyed this previously unseen episode.
Thanks for visiting FineScale.com. I'm Aaron Skinner.
And I'm Elizabeth Nash. We'll see you next time.
Unless we're at the theater watching The Force Awakens for the umpteenth time.
We're talking Jar Jar Binks.
Worst character ever.
Sith Lord, or just a simple imbecile.
There is just no...
I can't help it that your brain is too small to accept the creativity that is George Lucas.
Oh,
Not only is Jar Jar a great character, but Obi-Wan is a patsy.
ridiculous.
Maybe if I continue to say that Jar Jar Binks is the greatest
Most ridiculous argument ever.
and see, you do look angry when when you're pointing at me like
Most ridiculous argument ever.